Is the art you create today worthless tomorrow? That is the single, terrifying question haunting every creative professional across the United States. For decades, we were told the machines would only take the mundane, repetitive jobs, the factory floor, the data entry desks. We were told that creativity was safe, that human imagination was the final, unbreachable fortress. We were wrong. This isn't just about making things faster, it's about automating thought, style, and aesthetics. It's the AI apocalypse for creative jobs, and it has already begun.
This isn't a slow technological shift. It is a full-scale industrial revolution happening in a matter of months, not centuries. Generative AI, or Gen AI, has cracked the code of creation. It takes massive data sets of human work, images, prose, music, and learns to replicate, remix, and reimagine it with frightening speed. The creative class, from graphic designers in Brooklyn to copywriters in Silicon Valley, suddenly finds their most valuable skills commoditized. The true fear isn't just replacement, it's the devaluation of human effort. When a polished piece of commercial art costs you 30 seconds and a $2 subscription, what is the fair market rate for a human designer's 3 days of labor? That economic friction is the wake-up call everyone in the creative industry must answer. We are watching the last stand of the human-only portfolio. But to fight it or to work with it, you must first understand the enemy, or perhaps the inevitable partner. The current landscape is dominated by 3 powerful AI systems, each targeting a core pillar of the creative economy: visuals, text, and motion. Midjourney and its contemporaries like DALL-E have obliterated the barrier to high-quality visual art production. A concept that required a team, a photographer, a designer, a concept artist, can now be generated by a single prompt. Imagine needing a hyper-realistic image of a cyberpunk samurai drinking coffee on a rainy San Francisco street. A human artist would spend hours on concept sketching, lighting, and rendering. Midjourney delivers a print-ready, high-resolution image in 60 seconds. This doesn't mean the designer is instantly fired, but the junior-level execution-focused roles, the digital painters, the texture artists, are now at extreme risk. The market has been flooded with a relentless 24/7 stream of AI-generated assets. This forces a harsh pivot. The designer must stop being a creator and start being a curator and a strategic prompter. ChatGPT and large language models, LLMs, have done the same to the world of words. It is capable of writing 100 perfectly formatted emails for a new marketing campaign in the time it takes a human copywriter to write one headline. For tasks requiring structure, clarity, and volume, like SEO articles, social media captions, or initial draft scripts, ChatGPT is now the cheapest employee on the planet. This has dramatically impacted the marketing and publishing industries across the U.S. In newsrooms, LLMs are already auto-generating basic news summaries from data feeds. For corporate America, the value of a human copywriter is no longer in drafting the text, but in imbuing it with a unique brand voice, legal rigor, and emotional resonance. The AI is great at sounding correct, but it still struggles to sound truly human or provocatively original. The latest and perhaps most terrifying development is Sora, OpenAI's video generation model. Before Sora, AI video was clunky and short. Now, Sora promises to create hyper-realistic, high-definition scenes from simple text prompts. Think about the implications for Hollywood, which is already a high-cost, high-risk industry. Why spend $1 million on a 3-day shoot for a commercial when you can describe the scene, a golden retriever driving a vintage car through a neon Tokyo at sunset, and get a fully rendered, minute-long clip? This threat was a major flashpoint in the recent WGA and SAG-AFTR strikes in the United States. Writers and actors saw their likenesses and IP being scraped and used to train the very systems designed to replace them.
Sora moves the industry beyond automating tasks to automating entire production pipelines. It is the final, undeniable proof that no creative medium is safe from automation. The rise of generative AI has opened a massive, messy legal and ethical landscape. Creative professionals are not just losing jobs, they are losing ownership. The copyright crisis. Every single Gen AI model, from Midjourney to Sora, was trained on billions of pieces of human-created content. The lawsuits are stacking up. Artists and authors argue this is mass intellectual property theft, or at the very least, a clear violation of copyright. The core legal question is, does fair use apply to training a commercial AI model? U.S. courts are currently grappling with this, and the outcome will define the economic viability of the entire creative sector. If training an AI is deemed fair use, creative workers effectively have no legal defense against their life's work being used to build the machine that replaces them. The fake content problem. The ethical issue extends beyond money to truth itself. AI can produce near-perfect deepfakes of voices, images, and video. This capability threatens authenticity and trust, the very currency of content creation. For U.S. creators, YouTube has already introduced mandatory AI disclosure rules. You must tell the audience if content is synthetically generated. But this is a band-aid solution to a philosophical problem. If a machine can perfectly replicate a human artist's style, does that style still belong to the human? The current reality is a messy, unregulated Wild West. Creatives are forced to adapt before the law catches up. The path forward is not to ignore AI, but to understand its limitations and leverage its power. The successful creative of tomorrow will be a human-AI hybrid. The AI is a brilliant, fast intern, but it needs a sharp editor. The new, high-value skill is not creation, but prompt engineering, curation, and critical refinement. You must know what to ask the AI for, how to stitch its outputs together, and critically, when its output is wrong or lacks soul. The job isn't making the first 90% anymore, it's making the final 10% the most valuable. AI struggles most with unstructured, emotional, and original tasks. These are your fortresses. Empathy and storytelling. AI can write a plot, but it struggles to capture the subtlety of human grief or the joy of a unique cultural moment. Content that connects emotionally still wins. Fieldwork and authenticity. AI cannot conduct a real interview, film a live street protest, or report from a war zone. The content that requires physical presence, risk, and personal experience is inherently safe. Defining the why. AI can generate 1,000 ideas, but it cannot define the business strategy or the audience psychology behind the best one. Strategy and purpose remain human domains. Instead of seeing AI as a replacement, see it as an efficiency engine. Use ChatGPT to write 10 variations of a script synopsis in 5 minutes, then spend the next hour perfecting the single best one yourself. Use Midjourney to create 50 mood boards in an afternoon, then spend the week designing the one perfect image yourself, using the AI images only for inspiration. This is the 10x creative model, using AI to remove the tedious, repetitive work, freeing you up to focus only on the highest leverage, most creative parts of the process. The AI will replace the creatives who refuse to use it. It will promote the creatives who master it. We are living through a profound change, a moment where the fundamental relationship between humanity and its tools is being rewritten. The AI apocalypse is not the end of creativity, it is the end of low-value creative work. The future of work depends not on avoiding the machine, but on integrating with it. Adapt your portfolio, master the new tools, and focus on the skills that define your humanity. If you want the roadmap to not just survive, but thrive in this new creative economy, to learn the exact prompting techniques and strategic pivots needed, then you need to join our community. Smash that subscribe button now and hit the notification bell. Your next creative career starts with a click.